A desperate race against time. The crew of that missing sub has just 35 hours left with its oxygen supply running dangerously low. An unprecedented search underway for that deep sea submersible vehicle and the 5 people on board. Tonight, the last images of the sub called Titan and some of its crew on Sunday preparing for their descent. The Titan stopped communicating less than 2 hours into a journey to the wreckage of the Titanic at the bottom of the North Atlantic, some 2 miles down. Crews from the U.S. and Canada working around the clock above and below the surface have already probed 7,600 square miles with no sign of the sub. That tiny submersible vehicle had already made a dozen successful trips to the site of the Titanic, with passengers paying up to $250,000 to go along. And tonight, we're learning more about the 5 people on board, including the company's CEO. ABC's Gio Benitez leads us off in Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Tonight, search teams are racing against the clock to rescue 5 people on board a submersible that vanished halfway through its dive to tour the wreckage of the Titanic.
We will do everything in our power to effect a rescue.
The Coast Guard estimates the Titan submersible, which is about the size of a van, has about 35 hours of breathable air left. Search teams scouring nearly 10,000 square miles in the North Atlantic, an area twice the size of Connecticut. The military scrambling equipment to the area, including a portable lift system designed to recover large, heavy objects sunken undersea. Planes are dropping sonar buoys into the ocean to listen for sounds from the sub, but so far there have been no signs. The missing capsule could be as far down as the Titanic itself, 2.4 miles. A commercial pipeline ship is now using a remote-controlled camera to scour deep underwater. And tonight, these are the last images of the group as they prepare to dive Sunday. And now we're learning the CEO and founder of OceanGate Expeditions, Stockton Rush, was also on board. Over the years, he's talked about how each crew member gets involved.
We teach them how to operate the sonar, how to operate the communication systems.
Our Seattle station, KOMO, got a look inside the Titan as it was being built.
A team of 5 will squeeze into Titan for each dive and view the wreckage on these monitors. To fly the vessel, the pilot uses a PlayStation controller.
But in a lawsuit, a former employee raised concerns about the safety of that sub at extreme depths. The pressure at 13,000 feet is 110 times that at sea level, something the company's former director of operations warned about back in 2018 when he countersued OceanGate, claiming he was fired after raising concerns that the constant pressure cycling weakens existing flaws, resulting in large tears of the carbon, and that non-destructive testing was critical to ensure a solid and safe product for the safety of the passengers and crew. The dispute was settled out of court. Since its launch, the Titan has made more than a dozen trips to the wreckage site, with passengers paying up to $250,000. Tonight, the families of the crew are waiting for word. British explorer Hamish Harding, businessman Shahzada Dawood and his 19-year-old son Suleiman, and world-renowned Titanic researcher and diver P.H. Najoulet are also confirmed to be on board.
Oh my gosh, so are we stuck or what?
Former ABC News correspondent Dr. Michael Gillen knows just how dangerous a voyage to the Titanic can be. Back in 2000, an underwater current drove his sub right into the propeller of the ship.
It was pretty scary, so I'm very aware of what these poor souls on board the ship, the Titan, are experiencing, and I'm just heartbroken about it.
So much concern for that crew on board. Gio Benitez joining us now from Halifax. And Gio, we know that the ship has that deep water camera under the water searching for signs of the Titan, but planes and boats still combing the surface as well, right?
That's right, Whit. And the Titan is actually bolted shut from the outside. That's part of the concern here. So crews, they are still searching above water, and they are seeing if they just suddenly rose up and ended up floating in the water, and they're just waiting for rescue. That is what they are hoping for. But no doubt about it, Whit, timing is still critical because that oxygen on board is so limited, Whit.
Yeah, just over 30 hours left. All right, Gio, thank you.